Thank you for tuning in to meet your girl, Miss Awesome Lawson, also known as Mama Mario. And you guys, I know it's been a couple of days, and the next video is supposed to be about the approach. So, y'all, I really just had to get in a mood to really even talk about it. And that's hard to do because it still weighs heavily on my mind that my friend is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like no more. So anywho, the approach. So I went to the repast, and it was at a sports bar and grill, so it was basically for just us, just the family and friends. And so I sat at the bar. I got there right afterwards. So I was probably one of the first ones there. So I asked where was everyone sitting? I didn't want to sit in the wrong spot. So I just went ahead and sat at the bar. No, I didn't order anything to drink. I was I ain't even wanting to drink at the time, y'all, because I was am I in my right mind, even already? And not only that, this is the first time I think that I have went to a funeral without having anything to drink, y'all. Y'all know, funerals, you have to get the edge off. And I don't think I've ever went to one without having something to drink first, especially if it's somebody in my family. In my family, you don't know what's going to go down. It's ain't nobody slept the night before, probably 2-3 nights before. That's how it goes down in my family. You don't know who might get the fine. But anyway, enough about my dysfunctional family. I was sitting there in disbelief. So I'm sitting there for probably a couple of hours, y'all. Dead for real. And I think his brother was the first one that was you okay? He was sitting at the bar with his wife and some other people or whatever, and I was he was it's hard to believe, huh? I was I couldn't even say nothing, y'all. So I'm still sitting there debating on if I want to have a drink, if I do have a drink, what I want. I'm just I'm just sitting there, y'all, just sitting there should I just leave? So many things is just going through my mind. I'm looking at the door can he just walk in? So anywho, the family kept arriving, of course. And fast forward the approach of the ex-wife. So she was already over there near me, prior to approaching me. So I was just, just minding my own business, just still in disbelief, thinking about all kind of things, okay, that we done did over the past couple of years and everything, all the things he done shared with me, all of that. So she had went back and sat down at the table that she was at. But then she came back and was just she came straight to me, and was who are you? And before I could even say anything, she was hold up. Before you say anything, I mean, I don't even care, if y'all done messed around while we was together. If I just want to know, who. And I was every time I got ready to say something, she was wait a minute. She was just she was asking questions, but still was trying to get out everything she wanted to get out. So I just stopped double dutching, because that's what I feel like I was doing every time she asked me a question, and then she'd be wait a minute. So I just let her go and say everything she had to say. And after she said everything she had to say, I was I've known him since 5th grade. She was it kind of it seemed like it kind of hit her my rice on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't know what made me think about my rice, but it was perfect. Y'all know how it lays flat across. It was perfect. I stirred it up, turned it off, moved it off of that eye, because if you keep it on there, it'll still be warm and it'll make the bottom of it stick. But anywho, y'all. Okay, so where was I at? Um, so it was like, y'all, I'm having a little shortness of breath, y'all. Woo, y'all know I had been sick a couple of weeks ago. Anywho, um, when I said I know him since 5th grade, it was like her whole, like, I ain't saying she came over there with an attitude or whatever, but her whole demeanor just changed. It was probably shocking for her to even know that someone has kept in touch with him from 5th grade this long. You know what I mean? And a female on top of that. Like it kind of set the mood a little different. And so then it was like she sat down and we both sat down and just started talking, y'all, like grown adults. And then out of nowhere, she was just like, "You got dreads." And I'm like, yeah. She was like, "No, you're the dreadhead. You the one with dreads." And I'm like, yeah. And I still didn't get what she was talking about. But she was like, "You the one on his page." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you know." And she was like, "Oh, there's only 2 people on his page. I'm on his highlight and you're on his page." And I'm like, "Yeah, true." So then she was like, "Oh, you the hookah girl." So I'm like, yeah. She was like, she started putting 2 and 2 together because he used to promote my hookahs as well on his page. So she was like, "My son just asked about you last night." And that was crazy, y'all. So that was like, oh. You know, and I told her, like, he spoke about all his kids. He spoke about her. It was nothing bad. You know, I just told her, like, these last 2 years that we connected, he told me a lot of things. He got personal with me, like more personal than he has ever gotten. More personal than he has even ever had the time to get with anybody, okay? And I let her know that, you know, it's sad, but we have something in common. You know, both of our kids' fathers is gone, you know. And I think some people that seen us talking, she said she could tell the difference in their attitude from across the room. I don't know why. You know, some people are just like that. Some people don't like to see people get along. I don't care. Like I told her, I don't even care if she did approach me wrong. I would not have retaliated because it's not the time nor the place. And sometimes people are, you know, it's just sometimes they do take it out on people that they don't intend on, or they're just dealing with hurt and the sorrow. But that wasn't totally not the case, y'all. We sat and talked for a while, y'all, probably up until we both left. And she's very beautiful, which I had already known. I reminded her of some years ago when they were married, and I seen him out at the club, and I didn't know she was there, and I was like, "Hey!" And she came from across the big old club, okay? But anyway, she was like, "I think I remember that." But you guys, and that was some years ago, okay? So whenever I saw him, I would be so happy, like, "Oh, baby," like, "Hey," I would be so happy to see him whenever I would run into him. So that's what kind of thing that was. And she was like, "Hold up, hold up, baby." She like from wherever she was, okay? So she kind of remembers that when I brought it up, even though it was years ago. But y'all, we've been knowing each other for so long, and we've known each other longer than both of my baby daddies. So it kind of, it's different. It's very different. It's different because we had communication, you know, up until, you know what I mean? So it's like really different. It's really unbelievable. Um, I've been having visions of him, and I'm like, okay, is this real? But at the same time, I would have visions of Sadia's dad. I would hear things. Things would happen that would make me think it was him. From like the beginning, y'all. So it started with baby. It started with him. I would have visions of him, flashes of him, and I would also like go through certain experiences after he has passed. And y'all, I want to talk more about this for people that, because I've mentioned it to a couple of people, and this is something you really don't want to talk about a lot because some people think you crazy. But then, I have talked to a couple of people and they're like, they know someone that has had visions or had connections with someone that has passed as well. And I'm like, really? So um, it's really, it's unbelievable that people have had these same experiences, and it lets me know, okay, let me dig down deeper into this because he has come to me in more ways than one, you guys. To the point, and it's not scary because there's been several people um that I have lost that have come to me in dreams, through sounds, through electrical currents, through storms. And I feel like this was his way of coming to me, especially when it first happened, y'all. So when it first, and not only that, y'all, whatever I experienced, my daughter experienced it too. For instance, with her dad, the same sounds that I would hear, she would hear. So with my friend Baby, she's heard a couple of sounds as well. And it just makes me feel as though it's like confirmation that it's him. I want to get deeper into this, y'all. So if anyone out there have experienced anything of this nature, and now that I think about it, y'all, I've been like taking my time about getting back to work. I've been going, but I've been like just like taking my time about it to just get myself together. But I want to know who out there has experienced these type of things. I have always slept with TVs and radios on majority of my life because I did not want to hear sounds. And I would be like, oh, sounds in the house. But it would be all kind of sounds, y'all. And so that's why I kept things on in my house or wherever I stayed so that I wouldn't hear them. Now I'm not like that. Now I don't have to have anything on, and I pay attention to these sounds, to these voices, to these appearances, y'all. And I just want to know before I get into this, who out there can relate? Because there was something that happened right when he passed. And it was something that moved in my room, y'all. It moved in my room. Sadie was in her room sleep. Nobody was I was in my bed, lights off. And my daughter come in my room half asleep and was like, you call me? I'm like, no, I haven't called you. I said, but I just heard something myself. She was like, I heard it too. I was like, I have a chair in my room. And I said, I heard something in that chair before you came in my room. And I turned on the light on my phone and nothing was there. And she was like, Mama, I heard something too. She was literally in my room, like came in my room right after I heard this noise. So I was like, okay. I didn't think about it then. But when it came up to New Year's Eve, y'all, I went driving. I started doing Uber and Lyft, which I normally do. Y'all know I like to get that money on New Year's Eve. So I went out there, y'all, and it got so foggy, y'all. So foggy to the point where I had no business out there. No business out there, y'all. And it kept the app kept taking me further and further. I dropped one person off, then I'm further. I'm going further. Drop this person off, I'm going further. And the further I got, the more foggier it was, if that's a word, okay? And I was like, I gotta get home. It had became scary, y'all. So I was like, okay, I have to get home. Y'all, I glanced in my rearview mirror and seen a glimpse of Bebe in my backseat, y'all. Like a glimpse of like his face. It wasn't like a whole body. It was just like a glimpse of his face. And I was like, oh my God. And it didn't scare me. It actually like made me feel safer, y'all. And I just like really could not believe it. So I was like, okay, let me start looking into this. So I started reading up on, spirits and all spirits versus ghosts, how they appear when they pass away, y'all. And one thing that I read was that they appear in fog or smog. And I was like, oh my God, y'all. And I want to read it to you guys because I did save it. But it was just really unbelievable. It was like everything that I was experiencing when I would start digging into it and reading it. It was like there, like confirmation that it was him, y'all. So I want to get more into it. I want to get more into this with him. But I want to tell you guys about an experience I had with my daughter, the first experience when her dad passed. She had a pot that would sing when she would pee in it. My daughter was at the table with me, okay? And the pot was in the bathroom going off as if someone was in there sitting on it, okay? And we all looked at each other. Me, my son, and my daughter was like, and that was probably one of the first experiences he's had with us. But I think he had it. I think he did. I got to ask him. But you guys, that was one of the first experiences. And I was like, whoa. So I want to get back into it. Also, y'all, and she made, back to the ex-wife. If you're watching this, I got to find you on Facebook so that we can keep in touch with each other because, we got to figure this thing out with Bebe and, with what happened. I get on, I don't mind investigating with you, okay? And also to keep track of how the kids are doing. And it's crazy. It's amazing how sometimes things like this happen to put people together that you would never, ever, ever dream of. Okay. Y'all, she is so beautiful. And it's just sad. It's just really, really sad, y'all. Because I can't imagine. I can't imagine what her kids are going through because I've lived it twice. So y'all, and this is funny. I remember her saying to me, she was like, "Oh, you sophisticated." I said, "No, I'm from East Point." Y'all, and it's crazy because I ain't mean to say nah, but I know how to act accordingly. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, and that's just what it's all about. So, if y'all have had any of these experiences, not with the approach, but with seeing the visions, seeing the spirits, seeing ghosts, hearing things, seeing things, Even if you haven't, comment down below to let me know what you guys think. I had to go ahead and just make myself get this video out, y'all, because I was like dreading it, but at the same time, once I do start talking to you guys, I do feel a whole lot better. So comment down below, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. I do want to get back into what else happened, y'all, and what I did next. I started reading and reading, y'all, and I called for him to come. I called for him to come. I did things like put out certain stuff that he had bought me. So that's going to be on the next video, you guys. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think. If you know any mediums or anybody that has went through anything like this, let me know. And I will see you guys on the next video. And thank you for tuning in to meet your girl, Miss Awesome Lawson, also known as Mama Mario. And I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.